What's up, everybody? Welcome to the fourth episode of our series of our Entrepreneur Coffee Break Combos series entitled Scaling with Smart Branding and Social Marketing. And today, well, first of all, if you haven't seen the first three episodes, go back and catch them. It's on YouTube, and I am Coach MJ. It's also here on, I don't know, wherever you're watching it, it's there, okay? LinkedIn, Facebook, it's there. We're talking to amazing entrepreneurs who are also friends of mine who have used branding or have upscaled their branding to where they have something that identifies who they are and what they do and helps them to stand out in the marketplace. We're also going to be talking about social media marketing as well. So today we are going to be talking to the amazing Dierdre Barnes, who is the founding creator of F.L.Y Girl Candles brand. If you have not seen those, you're going to be excited and you're going to be rushing to our website today to buy them. But we're going to be talking to her right now. So let me bring her in. Welcome, Dierdre, to Entrepreneur Coffee Break Convos.
Yes, thank you so much, MJ. I'm so excited.
Yes. So I was just
Yeah.
sitting there thinking of about an hour ago. I was like, how did I meet Dierdre? I think I met you last year. I think that's when I first became aware of your candle brand, if I'm not mistaken. Or I might have seen it a couple years ago because I do go to a lot of festivals. But tell us a little bit about your story. How did you get started in your business? And how did branding play a role in your journey?
Oh, wow. So my journey starts back of my self-love journey of finding who I am as a person. At that time, I was a mother, staying home, not really getting out.
Yep.
So then I started journaling, exercising, going to counseling. So all the things to make me better. And I had a
Okay.
friend that told me about candle making. And I remember at the beginning, I was like, I don't have time for this candle
Right.
making stuff.
That's the first thing we'll holler at, won't we? Single mothers
Yep,
or mothers in general. We ain't got time for that.
no time for this. And then what happened was I was feeling crafty like everyone around December because, it's like
Mhm.
hibernation. So we got to find something to
Yes.
do. I'm like,
Yes.
let me see what she's talking about.
Right.
So I remember looking on the website at the candle company, and it's just so funny because I was like, okay, they got a basic kit and a deluxe kit. And I was like, we're going to go deluxe. We're going to go bigger. We're going to go
Yes.
home.
Always go deluxe. Always go VIP. I tell people if there's a VIP, get it.
Yes. So I remember I got that deluxe kit, had everything that I needed in it. And once I got that kit, I remember just the whole process, melting down the soy wax, adding
Yep.
in the fragrance oil. All of a sudden you're
Mhm.
mixing,
Yeah.
stirring. So it's like almost magic, it's
Yeah.
happening.
Uh,
I remember
uh.
getting the 10 jars ready, for me to
Yeah.
pour in. I poured these suckers in, and then I looked and I was like, oh shit, I made a candle. Like, oh my God. So the next
And were
thing I
you doing
did,
these as gifts or were you just doing them just to be doing them?
I just did them to do them. And then I was
Okay.
like, let me give them to my friends. So
Okay.
I gave them to my friends. And you know how your friends are? You
Yeah.
should sell these.
Every time. Every time. That's how a
Every-
lot of, I think majority of businesses, if truth be told, is when somebody said, you should do that for money.
yes.
Because we don't understand our greatness. A lot of times we can't see the value of what we do, of what we've created to the same extent as someone who doesn't know how to do it, right?
Exactly.
Let's go back. So first of all, anybody who doesn't know the F.L.Y Girl Candle brand, F.L.Y is an acronym. You can see it right here in the window below us. F.L.Y. Tell us what F.L.Y stands for, Dierdre.
First, love yourself.
First, love yourself. So what I loved about your story is you didn't start out with I saw something about candles and did it. Her candle brand started with her self-love journey. And so where at what point did you, when you decided to do it as a business, where did you decide to say it's going to be the F.L.Y brand? Well, how did F.L.Y, where did you get that from? And how did you decide it was going to be about that?
This is it's so funny. I remember jotting down different names. And then
Okay.
something was like, let's do first love yourself because I'm working on myself. And then I was like, let's just throw in girl because I'm always like, hey girl, what's up, girl? How you doing, girl? So it
Yeah.
was F.L.Y Girl Candles. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I didn't like it in the beginning. I did not like F.L.Y
Okay.
Girl. I was like, I could change it if I need to, but I was like, we got to start
We're still
somewhere.
waiting on the change. We're still
Right.
waiting on the change years later.
You're
It's
like,
not
it's
changing.
not gonna change. It finally stuck with me, hearing it over and over, hearing people's enthusiasm, how excited, and then I'm being called Fly Girl,
Yeah,
so that's even deep because that makes
I
me
love
know that I'm showing like what a fly girl is, someone who is loving on themselves, working on themselves, sharing the love. So
that.
I'm honored to be called Fly Girl, and then I
Listen, we don't always know her name, but we know there's candles when we see them, and we know Flagger. What's up, Flagger? I
yes,
love that. So when you guys are thinking about your brands and those of you out there watching, you think about your brands and you want a name that's creative, or you want something to go with what's authentic to you. For her, it was a natural outpouring of what she was already doing that led her to this journey. Why not just use that? So first, love yourself, and she's a girl, and she's Fly Girl. I remember that song when I was a kid. Fly Girl,
Fly Girl,
hey, hey. Now you
girl.
got it. If you can find a recording of that, that needs to be your theme song, if it's
Right.
not already. So, okay, so I'm actually about to share the screen because I absolutely love what the way your candles look. Half of what you love about a candle, because I'm a candle person. I don't have a lot of candles right now in my house just because they've all burned down. I haven't bought any more. But I like a candle that looks cute. It's not just about it's not just about being able to burn a candle. You can get little cheap candles at Dollar Tree. They're not gonna be great, but you can but it's a candle that looks cute. A lot of people that buy candles like the look of it, the look of the jar, the
Yep.
lid, what's inside. Like the candles. There's a girl I see her at the festivals I see you at, where hers look like desserts. I'm like, oh, ma'am. I'm not gonna burn it. Matter of fact, when I was growing up, I just thought about this. I had a bunch of candles that sat out on my furniture in my room. They were shaped like one was like a hot dog, and one was like an ice cream soda. And man, they smell good too.
Oh
The
yeah.
dessert one smell good. I remember that. That's probably where my love of candles began. I never burned them though. But you guys can see on the screen, this is flygirlcandles.com.
Yes.
And so tell me, Dierdre, is this the first design that you had? You came up with this right out the I already know the answer.
Absolutely.
I wish
It
we could see some of the old candles. I'm sure they were in.
mean, my first jar was a mason jar.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
After that, I found, I think it was maybe an 8-ounce rose gold jar. So I remember putting the logo on it, and I just wasn't feeling it. It wasn't doing the
It
thing
was
for me.
something you bought at a store. Was it just a rate? You just walk in a store and bought them? These jars?
No, online you can find different
Okay.
container companies and the
Okay.
different candle companies. They carry the jars and vessels for you. Um,
Okay.
I can't remember the name. I found the rose gold jar, something vessels, dream vessels, I believe. I went with
Okay.
them.
Yeah.
After that, I did it's called a Libby jar. So it's a clear jar with
Yeah.
a white lid. I did
Okay.
that. I wasn't feeling it,
Wasn't
and
feeling it.
to
Yeah.
me, it's a feeling. I know y'all keep hearing me say feeling. It to me, it is a feeling when you know that what's the one, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
So I found these jars. I remember I poured it in there, and I was like, the jar, it's see through, the lid see through. I was like, let's do something fun with this. And I'm like,
Mhm.
I love flowers. Let's put some dried flowers on top of it. I did do my research on that. So I make sure I call it keep it simple. So less is best. So I sprinkled a little bit on
Yeah.
it, put the little lid on, put my little sticker that's clear on it. And I said, this is it. This is Fly Girl. It's to
Yes.
me, it's very simplistic.
Yes.
It speaks for itself. It catches
But
your eye.
the gold though, that gives you that feeling of glam, or that feeling of bling. But like you
Yes.
said, it's simple. It's not a lot. It's
No.
something that, because I know, if I'm not mistaken, each of your Fly Girl labels is sometimes a different color, right?
Yes. It's a
So
different.
you don't have to compete with, well, what color's the lid? What the lid's always the same, but you do
Yep.
different colors for your. Is it based on what makes you choose a color for a label? Is it based on what's in it, or?
Usually the name. So, for example, I'm a queen. I choose purple for that because to me, purple resembles royalty.
Yes.
A bit of sunshine is like a burnt orange color, just to resemble outside. And then
Okay.
sometimes it's just the color of the flower, that I might use on top of it to kind of complement it. So I do try to do my best to complement the color with the name of the candle or the
Yes.
flower.
And I love it. How long did, and I'm just curious because shamefully, I don't think I've ever owned a Fly Girl candle. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna stop saying I don't think I know I haven't. I haven't. So how long do your candles burn, child?
Mine
Ooh,
burn
Jesus.
about 60 plus hours. So they get a
Now that's
long burn.
crazy. Now that's crazy. Some of these candles I have here in the house, I don't think they're giving 60 plus hours. I don't really measure it, but that's good because okay, so here's one thing I was going to talk about. Did you intentionally position, because positioning is a part of branding as well, did you intentionally position your brand as more of a luxury candle, or did that just happen as you realize, hey, this my candles aren't no cheap candles, this is what they're going to cost? Or were you intentionally saying, I'm doing a bougie candle? Because I noticed at the top you got bougie must-haves on your
Right.
website.
Right.
Were you
I
trying to
feel
be bougie, Dierdre, or did it happen by accident?
I feel like the candle resembles a part of me, which is, I guess you say, there's a luxury part of me. So
This is so
this is representing me in a way. So
yeah,
yes, Lux is there, the best of the best. And that's what I
yeah,
want you to feel when you get this candle. Like, I'm
yeah.
a fly girl, like I'm a part of this. I'm luxury. I'm worthy. Like I want you to feel those things when you get a fly girl candle.
It's an experience. Yeah, this Lux candle tray is absolutely beautiful. I didn't even realize you had those until I was out here mailing on your website. I knew you had the rechargeable candle lighters. And so what part did social media play? Like when you launched, were you already like did you launch and use social media right off the bat? Did it just come over time? Or how did you start getting the word out about your Fly Girl candles?
Definitely social media. I don't know if you all use Canva or not. I still have some of the drafted little Canva posts that I made. Um,
You one of them
and,
people I be trying to save DIY making a mess in Canva. She was one of
right.
them. I always tell people Canva's DIY friendly, but it ain't dummy proof, y'all. I know a
No.
Canva mess when I see one a mile away. I'm like, I can tell they made that in Canva. Oh, Jesus.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because
So
I've
you
used that
started
one
out, yeah.
years since yeah, it's been a long time since I've been in Canva, but went on Facebook, posted it on there, and then the next thing I know, like my high school friends were buying them, then my adult friends, because I'm not from Louisville, I'm from Mount Sterling, so my adult life has been
Oh,
here. So then my adult friends here in Louisville started buying them, and then I was like, oh my god, the orders are coming so quick, like
yeah.
need to get the website together because this is too much. Like, this is how much it's gonna be. Then you gotta wait on the payment. Then you gotta get their address. And I'm like, we gotta get this website. So,
Yeah. And
yeah.
so, and I hear you saying that now. Were you part-time with it at first? I know you're full-time now. Did you just leap out there and say, I'm going whole hard? I know you have two children as well. Or did you ease into it and you still had a job?
Back then I was a personal trainer, and then I was doing a shift where you grocery shop for people, and then I started doing the candles on the side. So
One thing about entrepreneurs, we're gonna make a way. People sometimes I hear people talking about, oh, I don't want to do like someone who's an entrepreneur. I don't want nobody to see me doing Uber or doing this and that. I'm like, why? Why they clocking in and they got somebody else telling them. Ain't no shade to having a job. I had them for many years, but don't ever knock the hustle. Whatever you got to do to stay self-employed, if that's your goal,
yep,
continue to do that. So
yep.
you got to have complete control of your time in order to really build a thing out. So you were on Facebook. Did you also have an Instagram presence? Is there a LinkedIn presence? Is there any other platforms that you're using?
I did build my Instagram presence. So I do have
Mhm.
Instagram. And then recently, the last like 2 or 3 years is TikTok, but I had to have my niece help me, figure that out.
You're not old enough to need a niece to help you. Well, wait a minute. That's something I'm supposed to be saying. I let the young
Listen,
people
I
do
was
that.
like, how do
Yes,
you do this? And she came up here and
yes.
showed me. And she was 9 at the time. I think she's 11. So what, about 2 years ago? Yep. 3 years ago. Yeah. She showed
So
me how
how
to use
important?
it. So
Yes. So how important is it to be consistent in your branding, and what helps you stay consistent with the look and the feel of your brand? Not just even the look and feel of the candles themselves, but just the way you show up, because branding is as much about the physical look of a product as it is about the way you show up. For some people, it's what colors they're wearing, the voice of your brand, the words that you use. How do you stay consistent with that?
To be honest, I feel like it's a lot of self work on myself, making sure that I'm good so that I'm presenting myself because I am my brand walking,
Yeah.
drinking my water out of my fly.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah. Hold on. When I go
I
out on
oh,
walks, I got my fly
oh.
girl.
Now,
Like,
why don't I see those products? Are those products on your website?
they're not. They're just for the CEO. Look.
Don't like that. We need Black Girl. Okay. Now you see the
Yeah.
one I use. This is from Black Coffee, another brand that I love. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna need one of those, and I'm gonna need your little fanny pack because I walk. Don't talk about no CEO. You can get something else for you. We need that on the merchandise tab. Ain't nothing over here yet.
Right. Yeah, we're gonna get them back on there because I think I had the cups on there for a little bit last year, just to kind of
Okay.
see how they do. But to
Yeah.
me, it's just important to be your best self because you are representing your brand
Yeah.
always. Every time you step outside, you are your brand. So to me, it's
Yes.
taking care of yourself and the confidence that you show in your presence um, to everyone around.
Yeah. I thank you for saying that because there's a lot of times we hear people say personal brand, your business's brand, but really as a solopreneur or even a small business owner, we need to understand that we are our brand. There is no separation between the two. You can't take it off and on. And there may be times when you're not working, but you are always represent. I am Coach MJ all the time. I may not be coaching somebody in the moment, but I'm always there. And so the things I say, what you see, how you see me show up, it has to be consistent at all times. So
Yes.
um how do you handle? Well, let me ask you this. What is your advice for businesses just starting with social media marketing? Maybe it's another candle maker or another product driven. Because a lot of the people I talk to or speak to in my content are coaches and things with an intangible product or service, but you have a physical product. If you were talking to other business owners who maybe have a physical product, is there any advice you would give them for social media marketing, whether it's around the content or the photography, the whatever it is? What would you tell
I would say just start. Just start posting
them?
something. Just throw something out there. Just go
So
live. Just do it. I feel like sometimes we get so caught up on, oh, it's
perfection.
gotta look like this, or I have to have this, or I don't have the lighting. Just post something until you get those things lined up. Because if
In,
not, there's gonna be an excuse the whole time of why you haven't started.
in perfect action. In perfect
Yeah.
action. That is so true. And here's one thing: when you said go live, that is one of the most underlooked. Even though a lot of people do go live, and there's a lot of people on social media, they're still the most underlooked value driver in the marketplace. Just being a person, just turning on your camera like we're doing right now. We're streaming this live. We could have pre-recorded. I don't do well with pre-recording because when I know I can stop and do it over, I get hung up on, I got to do it over. When I just turn it on, I'm just me and I don't worry about it. So one thing, do you sell on TikTok?
I set it up, but I didn't really dive into it all the way.
Ma'am, I'm telling you, I don't know if you've ever been on TikTok at night. It's not even, it's just weird stuff. It'd be like, but people are out here selling any and everything, and they're just going live. You'll see products you behind them, and they'll just
Yeah.
be talking to people in the comments. And I guess people are ordering through a link, and then they're like, "Oh, thanks, Sharon." Okay, and they'll package up their order in real time and sit it off to the side to ship out the next day. I've seen people sell. One guy I will never forget. I don't know who he is. Dierdre, he was selling snacks. He was literally, he had clear plastic bags. He was bagging up. It didn't look like snacks that I was familiar with the packaging, so he might have been in another country. It would
Right.
have been like bagging up a bag of Cheetos, a bag of Doritos, and a bag of Fritos, and then a Snickers and a selection of snacks. And
Wow.
people were buying it from him to have it shipped to God knows where, stuff they probably could get at their store.
Wow.
Because it was, he just kept bagging them up, same selection every time, and somebody would order it and he'd bag it up. And I'm just like, I don't know
Wow.
what the price was. I didn't click on his link, but I'm like, you can literally sell anything out here and people will buy it, man. You need to go live with your candles and just have the different scents and just I don't know how many, you have to have a certain number of, I think you have to have 1,000 followers. Although sometimes you can get that opportunity even before you get to 1,000 followers on TikTok, it'll
Mhm.
open up. But yeah, try that.
Oh, I'm
So
definitely gonna try
now,
that.
can you share a time when maybe your branding or your marketing decision did not work out the way you thought? And what would you do differently?
Um, in the beginning, for Valentine's Day, I made these cute little packages and added bath bombs and all this other stuff. And I
Mhm.
don't think I sold a thing, like
So these
nothing.
were candles, or was it a whole gift bag?
It was like
Or
a gift bag. So I had candles, I had bath bombs. I think I had little chocolates. So it was like a little set.
okay,
It was a gift set.
yeah,
Um, I feel like what I would do differently is start the marketing earlier.
okay,
And just get it out there quicker because
yes,
I'm pretty sure I did it last minute. Just throwing things together, see how
yes,
it'll work, kind of
yes,
get it out there. And I feel like a lot of times you do need at least some time to get that out there, like advertising.
yes,
So people can see it consistently. Like, uh-oh, what does she got coming? What is this?
yes.
When it, that excitement, that
Mhm.
build up. So I understand that a
So
little
good.
bit, well, not a little bit, but a lot better now.
Yeah,
Like for instance, right now, I'm already thinking of spring scents. You know,
yes,
gonna start on spring. About to be like, testing out the new scents. What scents do you all like? So just
yes,
creating that whole environment to get everybody ready for what's coming.
yes. It's almost like you have to create an atmosphere where you are constantly sharing who you are and what you're doing with your audience. So they know,
Yeah,
you're working on it early, but they need to know it. I think a lot of times we take for granted that people know what we're doing.
right.
And, we're working on a book together. And I was reading in one of the author's chapters, and she was talking about how she just thought as soon as she said, I'm in business, that everybody will come flooding in, but everybody is not aware of what you're doing. You're putting it
Right.
out there, but most people are flooded with so many messages, so many things in their feed, and then their own life. They really aren't aware of what you're doing. And
No.
so they have to see it a million times. I think if we take lessons from the marketers that get our business, the commercials, there's a reason why we recognize a commercial because they've shown it a million times. And if the large marketers have to show us something a million, like Geico, I
Yeah.
am aware of Geico because they are constantly, every time it goes to commercial, the same commercial that ran the last time is running again.
Yeah.
Why? Because they have to stay in front of you so that they're top of mind when you need insurance. So it's the same
Exactly.
thing. I've seen a lot of great events, of great products tank, not because the market didn't want it, but because the person did. It would be better to do something almost mediocre, but
Yeah.
get the word out, because people, when they're excited about a thing, they almost perceive it as better than it is.
Right.
But we want to get it perfect and then tell the people.
Right.
You got to tell the
Exactly.
people before the thing exists, and then tell them again and again and again. So that's so
Mhm.
good. Get the word out earlier, and then people will be aware of it. So then when you actually are ready, they've already been hearing about it and they're ready.
Yeah.
So what are
That's how
your what?
I was gonna say that's how I felt when I first did my first event. With Brew and Sip. They had a little pop up, and I remember I was like, I want Flagger candles to be everywhere. I want to do every event that I can sign up for, so I can be all over the city. Because to me, that's free advertising. Whether you get a candle that time or not, you're gonna see my candle. You're gonna see my face. Then you're gonna go to another event. You're gonna see the candle. You're gonna see my face. Then you're
Yes.
gonna see me at another event. And guess what?
That's how I became aware of you. I keep seeing you at events, and I'm like, oh, who is this?
Exactly. And I hear all the time, gosh, Fly Girl, you're everywhere. Exactly. I'm advertising myself, I'm marketing myself, and I make
Yes.
sure I'm everywhere till you're almost sick of me.
We never listen. I love. Are you in any stores? Are there any stores where they sell your candles, like any boutiques or anything?
Yes.
Where? Wait a minute. Where? I didn't know about that. Where?
Yes. So here locally, just to name a few, I just got
Mhm.
into the Speed Art Museum. We got the Kentucky Science Center. We've got Woman on Wallet. We got Enchanted M. Hey Tiger just restocked here recently. The Louisville Salt Cave. Fox Hollow Farm. And then in Lexington, we've got Black Soil, Kentucky. And then I've got some other boutiques that are out of the state as well. So
Gosh.
I
I
got
mean,
a
I
nice.
don't know why I'm surprised. I know this. I know you were doing this, but it's just to hear you say it. That's crazy.
Yeah, and then this
And-
year I'll make
yes.
a thing where I add at least 5 new partnerships. So I ended the year getting into look, my you see my little board back there. So my
Yeah,
little
your vision boards and
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
So I got into the Celio's breath work. 502 Hemp, and then I just got a partnership with Black Business Boxes. So I'm pumped. I'm pumped to hit that.
Listen. Okay, you got to put the people on game. And I feel like I know the answer, but sometimes people just need to hear it from somebody who's doing it. How do you get your products in those places? Is this like, because literally what she's doing, guys, is she's duplicating herself. She's not just selling candles on this website I just showed y'all. She's got other businesses in her jars are sitting there. Even if it's just a few of them, they're there, and she don't have to be there. They come and buy more, and then they go. How do you do each of these? You just approach a business and say, "Hey, I've got a great product." Do you leave a sample there? Like, how do you do that?
Okay, so my story is, I feel like, is a little different than a lot of people's. These stores, they came to me. They came to me because, remember what I said? Fly Girl Candles is going to be at all these events because they
Everywhere.
at an event. They see me at an event. They saw my candle here. Hi, we love your candles. Can we get them in your shop? What I feel like is a lot of business owners come to these events, so they're looking for stuff.
Looking for products. Yes, they do.
Yes. So when they see me consistently out, and another thing that I do as well, I make sure I have about 200 to 300 candles ready at all times. So when they call me, hey Deirdre, we need a restock. Well, when do you need it? I'm ready for
Like,
them.
are you there now? I'm on my way. Like
Exactly. I
wow.
got you. And they love that. They
This is
love that.
gold. She has two, in other words, she's investing in herself. I don't know if you, well, I do know because I've read your chapter, but whether you bootstrapped your business, whether you had investment, you have to invest in your business, guys. You can't just be like, find a way to make sure you're ready for the opportunity, because ain't nothing going to hurt you worse than somebody saying, I need 50 candles. And you're like, okay, give me 2 weeks to make it.
Right.
Find a way to front load stuff. Yes, it costs money, but everything costs what it costs. She has 200 candles waiting, not sitting there collecting dust. That's not her energy toward it. They're waiting on her vendors that want to restock, her merchandisers, her boutiquers. The freaking Speed Art Museum has Fly Girl candles. What, in the gift shop?
Yes, in the gift
That's
shop. So right when you walk in, they're over to the right. And then you
that
see my
is
little
amazing.
face.
Another reason to have a quality product that looks attractive. They're not going to put something that looks like you just whipped it up in your kitchen in a place of that nature. So you have to be ready. You have to seek, you have to know, like you said, you have a goal of doing what was your
5 new
goal?
partnerships or boutiques each year.
Every month or each year, every year.
Year. And
You have to
that's
put that on your vision board. You have to know that's what you want, and then you will do the things that will bring it to pass. Oh,
yes.
this is so good. This is so good. This is so good. Okay. So how do you see your branding or your social marketing evolving? I know you in the next few years. I know you said TikTok. I'm hoping to see you with a TikTok shop and going live and selling your candles or having somebody do it for you, whatever. But how do you see it evolving in the next few years?
So I do have a contact for a distributor that I will be hitting up for this year. I believe they're for Kroger's and Myers. So I'm
Okay.
going to go ahead and reach out to them so I can start getting us out in these stores. So y'all keep a lookout on that for that
Yeah.
process. I do want to work more on, it's called fair.com. So
Okay.
you're able to ship out all over the US to other
Okay.
boutiques. So you should see me nationwide here soon as well. Um, Another thing is I'm working
Going
on,
global, y'all.
right, we're going global, man.
I keep
And then
telling
I'm
y'all
working,
my friends are better than y'all. I don't know why y'all don't believe me. Like, it's the kind of people I roll with. What? Go
yes,
global.
yes, yes. And then I've already got like new products ready. I just want to see when I want to roll those out. More
Somebody
candle
said
makers.
we like cups and stuff.
Yes, yes.
We like fanny packs too.
In the fanny pack? Yes, yes,
Okay, wait a
yes.
minute. Go back. You are a solopreneur. Do you have a team? You no way you're pouring candles for all these. You can't. You have a team?
So, so right now it's just me, but I
Okay.
intern. So I'm about to get that back going because I had an intern and then she moved away,
Okay.
following her journey and all that
Sure.
stuff. So then I just kind of picked up by myself. But the plan is I have to have a team this year because
Yeah.
where I see this going, this just can't be me.
It's not
There's
sustainable.
no way. There's
Have
absolutely
you
no way.
started documenting your processes?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
That's the main thing why solopreneurs stay stuck because they don't have a way to hand it off. Because they're like, I'm the only one can do it. No, you're not.
No.
No, you're not. You learned it from somewhere. You can write it down. What do you do? And be ready to hand that off to someone. It doesn't mean there's no oversight, but you can't grow while you're trying to do everything yourself. It's just not
Ex-
sustainable. And
ex-
yeah, I mean, you got to think every candle on the market that is a good candle there and that you see everywhere. There's no way they got hundreds of thousands of units and one person is doing them. At some
No.
point, they had to hire a company to do it. But if you got recipes, if you got procedures, people will follow them. So you're gonna have to do a team.
Yep.
So that's a big goal. That's a
Yes.
big goal. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So, what advice would you give someone who I think you already gave it, but would you give someone who wants to start a business in 2025 and they're worried about being able to stand out? Everybody's doing it. Did you have that problem? Did you think everybody had a candle business when you started?
I really didn't give two craps about it. Like I wasn't thinking about it. Because I feel like all the time you walk in the grocery store and how many different bread companies are there? You
Right. How
know,
many cereals?
exactly. Everybody, there's a place for all of us. The candle business is a $3 billion business and it's growing each year.
Burning up every day. We burning
Yes,
up and go and get another one.
exactly. And one of my best friends, Nyasha, she owns a candle company. So, it's like,
One of
so
your
we,
one of your business partners in the space you just moved into
yes,
is another candle maker.
another candle
Y'all have
company.
there's no competition.
There's no competition here. I'm not trying to gatekeep anything. I want everyone to grow and succeed and work together just because there's so much money out there. Like, why
Yes.
not?
Oh, I almost forgot. I remember I was supposed to bring this up. Okay, so we were talking about that I walk every day, and we were talking about that that's part of self-love. But tell us what else you do besides make candles, because it's again, first love yourself, fly.
Yeah.
It's a brand. It's not just really about candles. It's just I feel like one day you're gonna change your branding to drop candles off of it. It's a movement
A whole movement.
because you have all this other stuff you do as well. It's just gonna be fly girl.
Right.
Candles is gonna be a part of it, but it's
A
this other
part of
stuff. So
it.
tell them some of the stuff that you're doing besides candles or with
Um,
candles. But yeah,
yes. A big part of my life is exercising and walking. I usually lift heavy with my trainer 3 times a week. So Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I do this at a time because this year was my word was what was it? Being was it getting out of my comfort zone, so leaning into that fear.
yeah,
So I'm like, I want to do some stuff I've never done before. So I signed up for the earliest class possible because I said I'll never wake up that early and go. But if I wake up this early, you know what I'm saying? There's no interruption. So I go at 6 o'clock in the morning. I wake up at 5. The other days I do walk. Walk is very important to me. I feel like
yeah,
at that time, there's a lot of conversations I have with myself. There's a lot of what I call
yeah.
downloads where I'm receiving
That's what I do.
messages.
I call it that too.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
mhm,
Answers and creativeness. So I usually walk. It's 2.2 miles because it's right
mhm.
around my house. I do that. I journal. So I make sure I journal. And then here lately, I got back to writing down my 10 gratitudes at night because
Yep.
listening to these podcasts. It's another thing I like to listen to is my
Yes.
podcast.
Same.
They
Yes.
said if you end the night with all the things you were grateful for at night, you're gonna wake up and feel good because that was the last thing on your mind before you drift off into the sleep
Yes.
world.
So good. That is
Yeah,
so good. So, but tell the people what. So you got your workshops, you got your date nights, you got your. Tell them
yeah,
about that, child. You got
yeah.
to do.
So
She got
in
you
this
covered.
space, we'll be having self-love candle making workshops. You'll be doing the candle making with me. And then I
Mhm.
brought in my best friend, Brakita Goodwin. She's a self-love coach. So while your candles are solidifying, she's there to pour into you. And I love this because the way the women come and the way the women leave
Yeah,
is it just touches my heart. It
yeah,
lets me know we are doing what we're supposed to do. I was here, oh my God, I love this. When is the next one? I need to bring my friends. So right now the goal is to host one each month. And then if
yeah.
we're getting this waiting list, then we'll do two. But I feel like through my walking and taking a nap, because another thing I learned is if you have a question. So my question was, what is my purpose?
Okay.
What am I doing here? So I went to sleep, took my little adult nap, and I woke up. And the answer was, I'm a love leader. I said, what the crap is a love leader? So when I started doing these workshops, that's when it hit me. I said, this is a love leader. I'm out here using my platform, using my candle making class to spread love and to fill into
So
people.
good.
So
Yes.
it feels
A
amazing.
love leader. Listen, guys, she has a studio in downtown Louisville, Kentucky. She just moved in there with her business partners, and she's doing these Fly Girl workshops, self-love workshops. She also has date nights.
Yes.
We also, I told her she's going to the corporate space. So if you have a business that needs something unique for one of your teams, a team outing, they need to be going to do make candles. You never
Yeah.
done that before. Contact Fly Girl Candles for all of your self-love needs as well as your candle needs. This has been so amazing. I love it. I love the way your candle. I got to get one. I don't know why I've never got
MJ.
one,
I
child.
got you, MJ.
I don't know why I never bought a candle. Every time I see her at a festival, I go talk to her. I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm impulsive when I buy a candle. I don't think I actually go to find them. That's probably why I run low. But I need to try one of yours because you're my friend. I need to buy one, just like I need to buy one from Shauna as well. But thank you, Dierdre, so much for this conversation, all about branding and social marketing, how it has helped you build the Fly Girl brand. I'm gonna put you over in the waiting room, and I'll
All
be
right.
back in just a
Thank
second. Guys, listen, these episodes are gold. Like, you're out here maybe wondering how to differentiate yourself. What you have, if you were listening to these 4 episodes, if you notice, all 4 of my friends said, I didn't look at the competition. I don't know what they're doing. That's so important. You really don't have any competition. Differentiate yourself by being yourself. Authenticity and confidence. That's 2 of my core values in life. And those are the things that's really going to help you to brand yourself. Yes, you need to be polished. Yes, you need to be consistent. But really, when you are being yourself, you don't have any competition. There's no way that anybody else can do exactly what you do, even if they sell a product that's very similar. Even if y'all sell the exact same product, how you show up is going to be very different from somebody else because you are a unique person. I hope you have been enjoying these episodes. We will be back with some additional entrepreneur coffee break convos in the new year. Comment below what you got from this episode, as well as let me know what other types of entrepreneurs or topics you would like us to cover in these coffee break convos. And until the next time, happy, happy, happy new year. I hope that your 2025 is off to a great start. Get yourself a planner, get yourself a gratitude journal, get yourself something where you can write down the things that you accomplished and celebrate your accomplishments so that you can plant seeds for more. Have a great rest of your holiday season, and we will see you in the new year with another coffee break conversation.